And that's the reason why you should never press the yellow button.
Now that you've done that, I'm not even in the frame. So you started. Start again.
We'll do this.
We'll do this again. Go for it.
And that's the explanation behind why you should never press the yellow button.
I always wondered.
I didn't. I figured, it's the yellow button. You hit it. What could happen? Worst that could happen.
Well, what else could happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that was just my opinion. But anyways,
What else?
welcome to Populore. We are here with episode 11. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that published or unpublished?
That's published. Unpublished, we're like at 20.
Actually, I think there's a mistake on
counting.
iTunes. It might be a mistake on iTunes, but there's like 11 uploaded.
No, on iTunes I know for a fact there's 9 at the moment. No, wait, 10 at this point. 10 at this point. This would be 11. So, yes, that's on.
All the things are.
All the things. I hope it's
happening.
on. Yeah, it's on. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
it's
recording.
I never thought
It's
it
not
did.
about to run out of battery.
No, I
I
made
bet-
sure to change the batteries right before I came over. We're good this time.
It's like a diaper, but with energy.
Well,
What?
okay. So,
I get it, but
we're here to talk about the news in the media and poke fun at it. Good,
yeah.
good things. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of news. I was really groping around because the Oscars really just didn't. I mean, they covered everything. So why don't we start with that? Your reaction to the Oscars if you watched it.
I didn't.
I did not.
It was happening during The Walking Dead. Wasn't gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't gonna happen.
How was The Walking Dead?
It was a slower episode, but
So,
the slow episodes have to happen for the really awesome episodes to make any sense.
sure.
I found something interesting. Y'all might find interesting. They finally have made a backstory for the Emperor. He just retired from the position in Vatican City, and now he's evil ruler.
Pretty
We already had a backstory.
Yeah.
What was that about not offending people?
That whole thing, like, let's see who we can, offend today in, like, one sentence, okay?
Catholics, check.
Catholics, check.
You all suck. There
Let's
we
see.
go. My list is done. We're good.
Let's see. We can scorn the rest of the world by lifting up. We can have Darth Vader, and he can hold up. Pick a religious book. Just
The Bible.
The Bible
Bible.
and the Quran and what's the Mormon one?
Okay, there's the Mormon.
The Hyrule
check.
Historia.
Okay, so Darth Vader's holding up Hyrule Historia, the Bible, and the Quran. And he says, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Okay, now that we have officially just, dissed every main religion in the world.
Including Legend of Zelda.
Zelda.
That really is a main religion, I'll be honest.
Yeah, there are some weird people out there, man. I was reading an article today about a guy, there's 3 other guys in the world that have done this so far on record, that they married a pillow. I'm being legit here. It's one of those pillows that you can buy in Japan that have like a little anime body on them. It's really creepy. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, really creepy.
Well, hello there, honey.
And
Now we've offended, all the pillow lovers out there.
I'm okay with that, personally.
you're okay with marrying a pillow?
No, I'm okay with offending the pillow lovers.
Oh, okay.
Well then! I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my
I'm
pillow.
afraid
not
for
that-
like your safety, dude. This thing keeps shaking. I'm afraid it's gonna kill me if it's
I think that's probably
Stop
part of his
jumping.
plan.
It's like,
Stop jumping.
I made a squirrel. I'm kidding, not really. I wish though. This reminds me of Final Destination.
Final Destination.
I feel like I'm gonna cough, and it's like gonna knock some dust over, it'll hit one of the light bulbs, the glass will shatter, hit that bottle, whatever the mug that is, it's gonna blow this over, and this will come toppling down, hit Dylan on the head, and he'll go, ow, and he'll be fine, and then a meteor will hit him, because that's how the deaths go there. It just is.
So like every death in that movie is like the Rube Goldberg thing. Is that my? I've never watched those films.
That's basically
So-
what it is, yeah. And then, it'll just be the most, insignificant thing that gets them. Like, you see this giant thing falling, and it misses them.
And then a fork will
Yeah.
Oh, Okay.
Like,
Not always,
most
but,
of them are
like-
Rube Goldberg death.
Try again.
Complicated.
Complicated.
But then, like, there's one my least favorite. They've got this whole crazy thing set up. The ladies in the salon. That's a really creepy coincidence. And you got like your ceiling fan, and you got your hairspray, and you got like all these like electric broken thingy, and you got all this cool setup, and you think she's gonna get like a cannon in the face or some cool stuff like that.
Some cool stuff.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I
And
can see that in the director's note. She has to die by way of cool stuff in parentheses.
What a way to go.
He goes to that's the screenwriter who wrote that. He goes to the director comes to him and says, "Hey, what did you mean by cool stuff?" He's like, "I don't know. I couldn't come up with anything."
well, you think that's surprisingly accurate because they couldn't think of anything. Because after all this is set up, it falls over. She lives. Then she walks outside, and some guy on a lawnmower hits a rock with his lawnmower, and the rock goes and gets her in the head, and that was it. And it was like, really?
So
It
she
became
was like
so-
David and Goliath, but a girl without David.
Yep.
And Goliath.
Yeah.
Unless this was an
So it was
incredibly large
exactly
woman.
like it. Exactly.
She was quite large.
She
I
was
thought
quite large.
She said something about quite large in personal finance, and I was like, it was wrong.
By the way, Adam is making a reference to his
Clyde Ritchie.
his Clyde and Ritchie videos, of which I've had the pleasure of being part of, part 3. I was quite excited about that.
Arrested a woman's baby.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Oscars, I know you two watched it. To fill you in, Seth MacFarlane made some jokes.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk showed up, and I'm not talking about Chris Pine. I'm talking about William Shatner.
Yeah.
Like his old self showed up. He was
Wait,
rushing.
he's old now?
Yeah, apparently. I had no idea.
But
Oh,
I
real
just
quick,
watched
quick
Star Trek
comment on-
today. He's still young.
Quick comments
telling
on
you.
the Oscars. I've never been a huge fan, but I do like the trash can he lives in, so whatever. Continue.
I don't know.
What else
That's
happened?
it.
A lot of awards were given out. They did a tribute to James Bond, which was funny because they excluded a lot of information. Like they had clips from all the movies.
Mhm.
They left out like 3 movies. They're the ones that people naturally hated. Like they kept showing Pierce Brosnan movies. They showed all of those.
Mhm.
They showed Halle Berry over and over, and she was in 1 movie. No Quantum of Solace, none whatsoever.
Why?
Because everyone hated that one.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't, you know.
It was pretty bad, man. I'd rather watch some of the cheesy ones before.
Well, yeah, I'd always like to watch some cheesy stuff because cheesy stuff.
I'm telling you, if I get killed because I'm gonna shut this. Can I shut this?
Wait, my
It's
mouth
not good
for that.
You can't. You'll throw off the whole
I'll throw off
feng shui
the
of
whole thing. If
the episode.
I don't even know that I can close this.
For the listeners,
I was right.
for the listeners who aren't
Oh,
viewing,
there it goes.
there is a
Ow.
large.
Paper cut. That's what
And
I'm
then you die
there-
of blood poisoning.
You know what happens is you're gonna live through all this. You're gonna trip. You're gonna bite your tongue, and you're gonna die of gangrene in 4 days.
Oh, that's fun.
For people who can't see, there's this cabinet thing, and it's made of
They can
glass.
see. They can see.
Well, those
They
people,
can see.
these people.
Oh, they can't
What
see.
about?
What about people who don't have
Let's
YouTube?
offend blind people too. Okay, moving on.
Deaf people are gonna love this podcast.
Most
Look at those
loved,
people talking.
most loved by deaf people.
No.
Populore.
No, deaf people listening to the podcast. Listening. This is great!
This time
Oh,
I'm just showing it to
I'm
you.
literally breaking all of my
Terrible
rules. I'm literally breaking all of them.
Good gracious. I just realized I've gotten to them. I've
So
gotten
this is
to
gonna
them.
be another episode.
So Oscar, yeah, this is gonna be one of those episodes that gets lost.
Yeah.
Or at least this whole part gets taken
This
away.
whole part gets taken away. Who won Best Picture? I think it was Argo.
I didn't watch.
It was Argo. Did you guys see Argo at any point? Well, you guys are so
Yeah.
helpful in this movie.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hey.
Best animated film I remember was
Brave?
Brave.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
It was
Tell me a little bit about that movie.
I didn't-
Brave is the bomb.
How does it rank on your level of Pixar movies? Are we talking like
Honestly, higher than
Toy
I
Story
thought.
3 good? Or are we talking
No.
like Cars 2 bad?
No.
Where on that
It
ranking?
can never. Toy Story 3 had 2 movies to build on, so obviously it's not as good as Toy Story 3. But for what it was, like, the movie goes in a direction you don't expect it to, and that's one of the charms of it. And
Although-
because on the surface it's just the Scottish girl, bow and arrow,
Hunger Games without the Hunger Games.
Hunger Games with really big red hair.
I would like to
No,
interject
it wasn't like that at
I
all.
wonder if she has a soul.
something about Brave. Watching it, I can't remember who we were watching it with. It seems like it was all of y'all, but I was watching it with some. Oh yeah, I could have sworn you were with us at some point. But we decided that there are 3 chieftain men people that Brave has to marry.
Right.
And I and someone else decided that Ethan was Dingwall.
It was.
You were the one with the blue and the hair, and Dylan was the really big blonde guy who was very inarticulate. Or maybe we couldn't decide if.
That's so true on so many different
I
levels.
couldn't make up my mind as to whether y'all were the fathers or the sons. And then Daniel Maggard was Fergus, the king. So
Nice.
You were the most lovable, by the way.
yeah.
Was I? Okay, because
No
that's
one could,
good.
No one could understand you though. It's like Populore, but Irish.
Yeah.
I mean Scottish.
Scottish? I was about to say, you better fix yourself, Fred.
Gosh, I was being offensive. That even being.
Look, we can't keep offending people, alright?
Our listeners are gonna go from like.
It's like, oh, there goes that audience, there goes that audience, there goes that audience, there goes that audience.
You realize after this, our number of listeners and viewers is going to actually go into the negative.
I can finish this. If you're still listening, congratulations. You're a minority. Okay, to sum up Brave, if you love Brother Bear, of all movies.
That was a fan. By the way, I love
Yeah.
that movie. It's a
If
fantastic.
you love Brother Bear,
I
then
haven't
yeah,
seen that one.
go
You
watch
haven't
Brave.
seen Brother Bear?
No.
That's okay. It's about Canada.
I saw some
Canadians.
movies. I watched some movies recently in preparation. I watched, Dark Shadows I tried to get, but it didn't work. It was annoying. But oh snap, don't want to flip off the audience. I mean, I just taking
Why?
off
You've already
information.
offended everyone.
Just Ethan.
Keep going.
Count with your words, not
Okay.
your fingers.
I watched Taken 2,
Taken 2.
and I watched Hotel Transylvania.
Okay. I was Taken 2.
Taken
Let me
2.
guess. Someone got taken.
How do you know?
Was it his pants?
Yes.
His car. His dog.
No, it was actually him and his wife, and Kim, the daughtery lady, was the only one who didn't get taken.
Okay, so there's a change.
Yeah, it was.
Slight change.
It was kind of cheesy, and I wasn't loving the way it ended.
We're going to take everyone you've ever met.
New York is.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you. You stole my phone. You took my phone.
No, he didn't make any great speeches, but he did pike somebody. That was cool.
He did what?
Pike. It's.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
Explain.
It's.
Should I explain? It's
You should
when
explain.
you take if there's a spike and you smash the back of the neck right here into it. It's as good as shooting him in the head.
Pike.
Overly.
Yeah.
So you hit him in like C2.
Well,
and
you take
it
a
goes
spike,
into their
a
brain.
pike, if you will, and drive it right there into their neck.
Right in the back end for those of you who are listening and not seeing.
Right.
Well,
Go ahead.
we're gonna call this part 1. We'll be back in a little bit. Obviously on YouTube you can find us by obviously switching over to the next video, part 2. So yeah.
What a great way to finish.
What a great way to finish.